Welcome to South Africa.
Your rangers for today are Kate, Mariah, and Shelley.
Hold on to your seats because you're in for a wild safari through environmental health in this awesome country. South Africa is a water-stressed country, and with a growing population, water conservation is a must. The amount of water available for use remains the same, and despite plans to increase storage capacity, predictions are that the demand for water will outstrip supply by 2025. While South Africa has many problems surrounding water sources, we came to realize that there is good work being done to conserve this essential resource. There were examples of advanced sustainability that counteract the adverse effect of living in a country and continent with scarce water. Water issues we chose to focus on stem from the lack of equal distribution of safe water to use, as well as issues involving contaminated water sources and conserving water.
For instance, as a class, we visited a township named Philippi, where we came in direct contact with issues surrounding water and water availability. There were 3 water taps available for thousands of people to drink from. In addition, there are areas where there should be access to clean water where there was not, and the taps were located at one end of the township. We watched as children drank directly from the spigot, making it a direct host for various communicable diseases.
Oh, look over there! I've spotted primary prevention!
Primary prevention has a direct connection with education and promoting behavior that discourages the misuse of water. A main focus of our research regarding primary prevention highlights the education on proper use of water resources, mainly because there is a lot to learn about the environment and people must be aware of the difference they can make. There are many posters and signs that indicate the importance of conservation, as well as developing young minds and igniting a sense of responsibility for the environment. Some examples include educational posters and statements that address issues that face South Africa.
When we visited the aquarium, we noticed that there were many signs that endorsed environmentally friendly activity. The messages were placed on tanks and were simply stated so children could grasp the concept easily and combined fun while internalizing the important messages associated with water. If people are the problem, then people are also the solution. Holds people responsible for their actions, even if they feel as if they are removed from the bigger picture. The next few pictures show the Moyo restaurant and herbal gardens at Hoklamela, which represent primary education tactics but also have a large focus on secondary methods and are taking action to preserve water and recycle it.
Gee whiz, I think I've spotted secondary prevention in that bush!
Secondary prevention revolves around taking what you have learned and putting it into action in order to make a difference. Sustainable irrigation and recycling of gray water are 2 ways in which corporations and farms are working to conserve water. Gray water is used in order to recycle water that has been previously used. It comes from taps, sinks, and washing bins, and may contain bits of dirt, food, hair, and soap. It is a source of nutrient-rich water that can be used for irrigation. It conserves and reclaims nutrients and returns them to the soil and saves energy and water. Specifically, the Moyo restaurant has 6,202 plants on the waterfront and has a unique method of irrigation. The plants are watered through a piping system which catches the water that is not absorbed by the roots and reuses it to water the plants in the future.
At the Hoklamela Herbal Garden, we were fortunate enough to speak with Angie, who is the head of this project. She was proud to share more with us about the sustainable methods used with the many plants in the garden. Methods include drawing water from the pipelines that come from the Blad Dam, which is essentially reusing river water. When speaking with Angie, we asked her about conservation at the herb garden. She said, "It's possible through controlling the watering. They monitor it by looking at the ground conditions. The porous, stony and sandy soil prevents sitting water and the herbs are sectioned off into blocks based on how much water they use. We found this to be very environmentally sound and a smart water-saving technique." In addition, places that promote eco-friendly activity include Table Mountain, which advertises its water-saving tactics and focuses on ways to restore and maintain natural resources. Table Mountain exhibits secondary measures including recycling toilets, waterless men's urinals, and sensor taps for the sinks.
Golly Wally, it looks like tertiary prevention is hiding in the grasses!
In speaking with Johan, a farm owner living in Hoedspruit, we learned that there are many stipulations surrounding water use. This is a picture of his farm. He spoke about important times in South Africa that redefined water use and water availability. 1996 marked the introduction to constitutional rights to water, though this was controversial. It took until 2001 for the Free Basic Water Law to pass. This was under Mbeki, the former South African president, after the cholera breakout occurred. Following this, there was a need for sanitation laws because the sanitation of water lagged very far behind the access to free water, according to the CDC. Johan's farm, Bavaria Estates, is a prime example of water conservation. The estate uses 60 to 70% drip irrigation, as do many other farms today. This is definitely a step in the right direction because drip irrigation is the most efficient way of irrigating. It saves water over time and still allows plant growth and eco-friendly growing. While environmental health issues in South Africa are multifaceted, we have touched on many different prevention mechanisms that can truly change the way water is utilized in an eco-friendly way. In quoting the Water Wise campaign, the only answer to this dilemma lies in changing people's attitude and thus their behavior to use water more wisely. That's it from your Rangers. Remember, anyone can change the world.